Okay, welcome to this week's episode of Luv Subbin. And as you can see, we're dressed a little bit differently than we are.
Right. That's because this is our first ever Luv Subby award ceremony.
We traveled over 12,400 miles, visited 23 states, and from April to December of this year.
Right, and we're going to bring you along for the best of the best in several categories, and each one will get a coveted Luv Subby award. So let's get going.
Our first category is the campsite that had the best view.
We stayed at quite a few campsites that had spectacular views, so it was a hard choice to make. The nominees were Clark's Ferry in Iowa, the Sioux Locks Campground in Michigan, and the Carlisle Lake Dam West Campground in Illinois.
And the Luv Subby goes to Carlisle Lake Dam West in Illinois.
It was a very, very tough decision between the Sioux Locks and the Carlisle Lake campsite, just because they both offered spectacular views. The deciding factor was the Corps of Engineer campground was wider spaced and just offered the overall experience.
And the crazy thing about Carlisle Lake is we didn't have any reservations or anything. We showed up and the dude said, yeah, drive around and see if you can find a site that you liked. And we came upon what we ended up being the best site of the whole year.
Right, it was only $18.
Can't beat it.
What a value.
All right, the next category.
Our next category is Best State Park Experience.
And this includes a lot of different stuff, not just the campsite itself, but the complete package.
Right.
And the nominees this year are Martinac State Park in Maryland, Myrtle Beach State Park in South Carolina, and Pershing State Park in Missouri.
Right. And the Luv Subby goes to Martinac State Park in Maryland.
Again, this was a site that we had no reservations for, and we showed up, and it was a real complete package.
Right. There was the Park Service personnel came around to the campground and made sure everybody was having a good time, and they brought little animals to see.
Yeah, they had raptors, they had reptiles, they had a free concert that night.
Right.
It was right along the Choptank River, so there was some hiking with some views. It was the complete package.
Right.
You know, a lot of people like grand vistas and national parks, but we always like the occasional tourist destination as well.
Right.
So the next category is our best tourist destination.
Yes, that we visited this year.
And the nominees are
Rehoboth Beach in Delaware, Weirs Beach in New Hampshire, and Cape May in New Jersey.
And the Luv Subby goes to
Cape May in New Jersey. And this was your typical tourist destination, but it offered a little bit more in that it had some amazing historic buildings and some really neat Victorian architecture.
Right, top it off with a lighthouse and a beach, and Cape May should be on everyone's destination list.
Right. Our next category is Best Americana, and if you've seen our channel trailer, you know we like to go out of our way to see Americana.
And this year's nominees for Best Americana are the Spam Museum in Minnesota, the world's largest truck stop in Iowa, and Lucy the Elephant in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Right. And the Luv Subby goes to Lucy the Elephant.
Yeah, this one was an interesting one because this was one of the oldest roadside attractions in all of America.
Right. And we got to visit inside, and it had like a little Prohibition history going with it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then when we went to Disney later on in the year, we got to see the model that's at the Boardwalk Hotel of Lucy that kind of inspired us to go see the real thing.
Right. So that was an overall Best Americana experience.
So if you own an RV, you know that you're always buying stuff. You got to get new stuff.
Right.
And so this next category is our best RV purchase of the year.
Right.
And the nominees are?
The Millennium Falcon headlamp.
You almost just said the Millennium Falcon.
I actually think it makes them look like a silent though.
Yeah, okay.
Then the second one was the Sporties chocks that weigh about a ton.
They technically weigh about 40-pound wheel chocks, and they're made for commercial aircraft. I might have gone a little crazy on
Right,
that
I don't
one.
think our trailer's going to lift off.
I don't think so.
The last one was our portable cup-it washing machine. So the Luv Subby is going to
The Millennium Falcon headlamp. And, you know, another thing with RVs is you're always fixing stuff on the road. And this year, with the amount of traveling we did, we ended up fixing quite a few things.
Right. There was the oven, there was the freezer door, there was
the furnace. The converter.
The converter, yes.
As well as a bunch of other little stuff.
Minor stuff, so it came in really handy.
This headlamp definitely helped it. Link will be in the description below.
Absolutely.
It is a great thing for troubleshooting.
Absolutely.
So if you've watched a lot of our videos, you know that one of the things we love doing is trying local food specialties.
Right.
And this year we tried a bunch of them. So this next category is Best Food Tried.
Right. And the nominees are Tony's Paco's Restaurant in Ohio, Thrasher's French Fries in Delaware, and Al Johnson's Swedish Restaurant in Wisconsin.
And the Luv Subby goes to Thrasher's French Fries in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
Right, that one sort of offered the entire package. They claimed to be the world's best French fries, so of course we had to try them. And it was also on Rehoboth Beach, and it had just that nice carnival atmosphere.
Yeah, and you know, you add the little malt vinegar to it,
right.
And it was just a really, really nice experience.
The next category is Best Hike, which is an interesting category for me. If you've watched the channel trailer, you know I'm still trying to learn to like this thing called hiking. But we managed to get on quite a few hikes this year, so we're going to share our best one. So
the nominees this year for Best Hike are Indiana Dunes State Park in Indiana, the hike in Lake Winnipesaukee, I think it's called Locks Hike, overlooking Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, and then through a very interesting tundra and forest at Pershing State Park in Missouri.
Right. So the Luv Subby goes to...
These gloves.
I don't know how these people did these things with gloves. Indiana Dunes National Park.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun because it just showed the different terrain between a city in Chicago and the dunes that they had preserved.
There was a lot of beach walking. They had a lot of boardwalks, a lot of steps, and you could think 1 minute you're in the middle of nowhere, but then you realize Gary, Indiana's right there and Chicago's right there.
And you see a lot of smokestacks.
So it definitely made for a great hike, though.
Right.
The varied terrain, and we very much enjoyed it.
It was fun.
So we said that at the beginning that this was information that you could take and you could go ahead and visit, but we had to save the last category kind of for us.
Right.
And it is the best picture category. And, you know, we actually go back and we enjoy watching our videos.
Right, and these were the ones that we like to go back and rewatch occasionally, and they're a lot of fun.
So the nominees for the Best Picture Award are the Ohio Turnpike Rest Area Camping. Okay, welcome to this episode of Luv Subbin.
And we are in an interesting little location, right? For camping tonight?
So we're going to be assessing this Travel Plaza campground.
Off the turnpike.
Right, exactly. So they offer 30, 50, 20 amp service, dump station, water fill station.
Gas. And all the regular stuff that you have in a travel plaza with the gift store and the coffee and stuff like that.
Iowa.
So is this your first time ever on a Ferris wheel in a baseball game?
I think so. I think it's awesome.
Look at the view we've got as we
See the game going on? I think it's about 5th or 6th inning.
yeah, about 6th inning, I think.
And Lucy the elephant. So one of the rumors is that during the Prohibition era, the rum runners would use Lucy as kind of a signal as to whether it was safe to come ashore and deliver their source of rum. And that was if the lights in the eyes were red, don't come ashore. If the lights in the eyes were green, it's safe to bring your bootleg alcohol ashore. So the Luv Subby is going to Iowa. Yeah, that video, we just had so much fun putting that one together.
Right, there was so much to do and so many different experiences to be had there, and it was just amazing all around.
Right, it was our first baseball game. We love baseball since the pandemic.
I tried kettle corn for the first time.
We had some history along the shores of the Mississippi.
And there was a brewery.
Oh yeah.
All right, so those were our Luv Subby Awards for this year. And for any of the recipients that are an actual person or place, we will be sending them one of these fancy certificates.
And we know with almost 100% assurance that they're going to look at it and say, what the heck is that? Into the garbage can it goes, but hey, we're going to do it anyway.
Right.
Why not, right?
Why not? It's on fancy paper and everything.
So hey, if you like this video,
give us a big thumbs up.
And if you think they've earned a subscription, click and subscribe.
And comment below if you have a best of that you would like to comment on, because we would love to hear from you.
We come out with RV and Airstream related videos just like this one every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you in 2022.